Sports fan and NBA fan, Chris Paul has officially been waived by the Phoenix Suns. He's been notified that he will be waived. He is a future Hall of Famer, a top 5 point guard that many will say. I got an NBA insider here of my own. Slick, let's talk about it. Let's dive right into it for the viewers at home. First and foremost, what's the best landing spot for Chris Paul?
I would go Los Angeles Clippers. Going back to the Clippers.
Okay.
They so desperately need a playmaker. They have the defensive players to protect him at that end. He's not the same. They don't have to worry about scoring.
Let me pause you. Chris Paul has played maybe 18 years in the National Basketball Association.
Yes.
He wants to win a championship.
Okay.
The Clippers have only been to the Western Conference Finals, I believe, one time,
Yes.
the first year under Ty Lue.
Yep.
Why in the world would he, who's never won a chip, want to go to a team that's never won a chip? That doesn't make sense.
Okay, so give me one other team that he would go to that needs a point guard that would be closer.
Would you say this? You think the Boston Celtics could
That's a
use
good
that
choice.
veteran leadership,
That-
figure out how to deal Marcus Smart, acquire Chris Paul, maybe then you keep Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum? Would that make sense?
That would make sense. That would be my number 2 choice. My only hesitation there is how bad their defense collectively was in this run. And you're talking about moving out a defensive player of the year.
Okay, here's maybe a more intriguing storyline. Kevin Durant, one of the best players the game of basketball has ever seen, he joined the Suns last year. But Kevin Durant has had a tumultuous trajectory in history as it pertains to who he's played with. I'm sure he joined the Suns because Chris Paul was there, because Monty Williams was there, because Devin Booker was there.
Yeah.
Chris Paul, Monty Williams now both gone. What do you think that means? How does it impact Kevin Durant?
I don't know that it impacts Kevin Durant as far as the makeup or his desire to stay there. I don't think that Chris Paul was the main attraction for him. I think it was Devin Booker. What it tells me is they are going to need a new point guard now, and it speaks to something happening with DeAndre Ayton. Maybe they have the ability to go get another big, a lesser big, and a point guard that fits with Devin and KD.
Years ago, Chris Paul wanted to join the Lakers. I believe back when Kobe Bryant was there. You're the historian, you know better than I. David Stern maybe was the commissioner of the time, and did he block?
Yes, he was.
He blocked that trade.
He rejected the trade, and Chris ended up going to the Clippers instead.
Is there a chance that Chris Paul, LeBron James, close friends?
Yeah.
Is there a chance that Chris Paul, LeBron James, Anthony Davis might all team
I
up?
think there's a very great possibility of that. That's something that LeBron and Chris Paul have talked about in the past. That opportunity would be there, and there's a way for them to manipulate their cap where they could open up at least the $15 million that he's now supposed to get if he is being indeed waived by the Suns.
5 out of the last 9 years, Chris Paul has gotten hurt in the playoffs.
Yeah.
5 of his last 9 playoff runs, playoff appearances. Can you still count on Chris Paul?
No, and that's why I didn't put the Lakers right at the top of the list, because I could see where there would be an appeal for LeBron and Chris Paul and all of those guys to get together. But even though LeBron managed to get through this season and AD did without injury, the fact of the matter is you're getting very top-heavy with 3 guys who don't have a great history.
Slick, appreciate that. That is the breaking news. Got